My name is Tim Terrell, and I was in the Army.
My name is Mark Burke, PGA professional, and I was in the United States Naval Seabees.
Mike Hall, U.S. Army, Desert Storm, Desert Shield.
When I first lost most of my vision and got to the point where I couldn't walk much, it's hard to describe. You just kind of think, well, you know, this is it. There's really not much of a future.
James Wheeler, United States Army, Operation Desert Fix during Desert Storm.
Alec Brobson, Active Army. I served in Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Alan Young, U.S. Army, Vietnam. I really didn't want to help a lot of people. I was a Vietnam vet because some people really held Vietnam vets in low esteem.
I got hit by a mortar round when I was over there, knocked unconscious, so I have traumatic brain injury and PTSD.
It was difficult to go out in public. I just felt a big sense of loneliness and emptiness.
I just, you know, pray that, hey, you know, just let me go in my sleep. Don't need to wake up tomorrow. You know, I've done all that I can do. You know, life is pretty much over.
The sacrifices of the men and women of our country and their families, they don't get enough recognition, and our government can only do so much. You know, it's really up to us as private sector and citizens to make the difference.
Lewis R. King, I'm called Lou King, Navy Air Corps.
The GIVE Foundation really came out of the idea of one veteran, World War II veteran, Lou King, who has been involved with golf his entire professional career.
And I walked into Dan Keel and Bobby Keel, and I said, here's the dream that I have. We're going to help some injured veterans who are sitting at home in front of TV sets doing nothing. And if we help any of them, one of them, get up and make new friends, if we can do that, it's going to be worthwhile.
Now, we're going to go back, cock the wrist right there, just like that.
And thus, the GIVE Foundation was created. The name stands for Golf for Injured Veterans Everywhere. And the GIVE Foundation is a cooperative effort between the Iowa City Veterans Administration Medical Center, the Iowa section of the Professional Golfers Association of America, and the Riverside Casino and Golf Resort.
This is a very unique program where it takes rehabilitation and absolutely applies that to golf so that we can get individuals on the golf course who otherwise would not be able to.
I think you can do it.
The sport in itself has a lot of parallels. It really challenges them physically, which they certainly experienced in the service. They're used to being an active, strong bunch.
Some people may think that golf is a small thing, and it may sound like a small thing. But it's not. This can in some ways be an entry back into functioning normally.
All right, who's next? Who wants to try that part?
Some of the people that we've referred are very hesitant. I don't know how to play golf. How am I going to play with my back? How am I going to play with my knee? I don't like being around groups of people.
I brought some. I want to come. I'll be there. I went to their home, loaded them up, had them in the car, got them in the parking lot, turned around, had to go back. You know, so we've had several of those type of, you know, tries, challenges.
I was sitting there waiting for everybody to show up, and I look at the door, and I don't see very well, but I'm looking, and here comes this fella kind of hobbling through the door, and he's got a cane. He's got one leg that don't work, one arm that don't work, and he's kind of waddling through the door, and I just thinking, these guys are nuts. This is not going to work.
The veterans come to us with everything from
paraplegics to PTSDs and anything in between. And we show them that the game of golf isn't something out of their reach.
That guy that walked through the door, I've golfed with him as much as we could the last 4 years, and he just passed away this year, and it's been a great loss. But boy, he turned out to be a heck of a player.
A lot of our professionals that help out with the program, you know, they come back and they talk about what they have received by helping with the program. So many times I think the professionals are getting a lot more out of the program than what they're actually contributing.
You know, when you see a sense of accomplishment, this is what I see in their faces, you know, it does you good to realize you had something to do with that.
It's been the best thing I've ever done in the game of golf. And I've been a college coach, I've been a high school coach, and I teach daily at the University of Iowa golf course. And this easily is the most rewarding part of the occupation that I've had.
3 shots in a row.
Oh, I'm cool.
Perfect. Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you,
you
Jeff.
ready?
Appreciate it.
All
Let's
right.
go now.
We're going to go to the golf course now.
The Reese Jones Championship design at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, Blue Top Ridge Golf Course, had to be reconfigured following the 2008 summer flooding of the nearby Cedar River. 4 holes in the river basin were fully restored and donated to the GIVE program, so participants can practice and play anytime, free of charge.
There you go.
To have them have their own holes where we can move the tee boxes up and make it more comfortable for them, and they can come play anytime they want for free and work on their game. And there's some cost associated with it, of course, but at the end of the day, you know, it really doesn't matter. Money is money, and making money is great, but it's what you do with the money that matters.
A little further right, maybe. Okay, that might be much.
Not only are we teaching the vet how to play golf, but we're teaching their wife, their spouse, their children, anybody they want to bring with their helper, whatever they want to bring with them. And we're teaching them all how to play, so it's activities that they can do as a group and as a family.
When you have a soldier that has been in war, they separate themselves from their families. And so this kind of brings the families together, back together, you know.
This program can kind of trigger that camaraderie, that spirit, that people are vets and they've done something you have, or at least approximately what you have, and there's kind of a bond there.
The experiences that you have make it difficult to just come home and pretend nothing happened. The GIVE program gave us the opportunity to be with people like ourselves that had similar experiences, and with the fun of playing golf, we were able to forge friendships.
It's complete opposite of what I thought life was going to be. It's just been amazing, just truly amazing. And it has really shown me that although I may not be able to do everything like everybody else does, with the right amount of thought, the right amount of planning, a little bit of practice, I don't think there's too much out there that I can't do.
Ryan Lord, Lance Corporal, Operation Iraqi Freedom. I knew I wanted to be a Marine at the age of 10 when I was watching the first Gulf War. I was watching them run across the desert, United States Marines, and that was it right there. I was like, that's what I want to do. It was the longest 7 months, 10 days, and 2 hours of my life. Shortly after I got out, I ended up getting a divorce, and that took a toll, big, big toll. I ended up moving back to Iowa to be around enough family, and that's when I started downward spiraling.
You know, one player in particular, Ryan Lord, who came in, his mom brought him in. She was in tears when she basically drug him in, and we got to get him out of the house, and he had severe PTSD.
I was on a very low point in my life. I felt like I was walking through life, just doing the motions. And my mother found a program at the VA hospital that had to do with golf.
He was really in the back of the room and not participating a lot, not being real verbal about things. And then as each session went along, he got more and more verbal and more interested and more involved, to the point where he was dragging his mom out to play golf, very regularly.
All the people associated with the GIFT program, they really helped me out. I'd have to say they saved my life. I'd probably be not here right now if it wasn't for the GIFT program.
Look at that shot, man. All right, look at that.
My dream is to work for the GIVE organization. And after I get out of school and be an instructor, instructing the GIVE program, because I've been there firsthand experience, I'd be able to really help people. It saved my life, and I think it can save other lives as well.
The GIVE Foundation is a unique 501c3 nonprofit organization. Since its founding in 2007, the program has survived solely on private donations, not costing the taxpayer, the government, or the participants a penny.
What I always like to tell people when they come into this program is whether they be a supporter from a donor standpoint or a participant in the program, your life is going to be changed by this program.
We really had no idea what the program would evolve into, but to meet some of our veterans and hear their stories and hear how this program has changed their lives, not just the lives of the veterans, but of their families, it really puts it all in perspective and makes you understand why you do the things that you do every day.
My first thing that I tell them is, now here's one thing I want, and I'm going to demand it or I'll quit. I do not want one of you veterans, injured veterans, coming to me or to anybody else that's working on this program or in the hotel and saying thank you. We don't want it, because we are saying thank you to you.
Hank Britton, United States Navy, 9 years.
Those gentlemen are heroes of our country. They keep coming back year after year and getting refreshers, and they come here and play, and it's just an awesome feeling.
I met a few gentlemen. They were Vietnam vets. First time they've been out of their house for 15 years, and I was just amazed by that, and how golf can draw people with a disability and get them out there and get them socializing. It's amazing.
Yes, we got her.
I'm sure it sounds silly that something as simple as a game of golf could make that big a difference in a person's life, but it did.